Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are you doing today? How are you all doing today? Leveled up in RuneScape. Always. Never not. How was the cup, you ask? How was the cup? Here's how the cup was. Champion. Champion. Not of the first one. The first one was real bad. The one I played in on Saturday, bad. It was not good. I played real poorly. And it was, all in all, not a great time. But, the one I went to on Sunday, that one I won. That one I won. Was very happy. Was very happy. It was the largest cup I've ever attended as well. There were, I think, 56 masters, or no, there was 56 players. I think it was like 51 or 52 masters, and then a couple juniors and seniors. But a lot of people all prepared for Ascended Heroes became legal on Friday for tournament play, so a lot of people were excited to test their decks, especially due to upcoming, not this weekend, but next weekend. Next weekend is the Houston Regional, and then the weekend after that. No, is that correct? Is it next weekend or is it this weekend? The Houston Regional is coming up. Houston is the 21st. So is that this weekend? I lost my calendar. I don't even know where I had a calendar open at. What? That's crazy. I had a calendar open. Oh, I found... I don't even know what calendar I'm looking at. So that is next weekend, yeah, because it's the 14th. So next week, the 21st, is the Houston Regional. And then 2 weekends after that, April 4th, is the Orlando Regional. Which I'll be playing at. And I'll be playing this deck at the Orlando Regional, I think, because I had a really good weekend with it. Well, not a really good weekend. I had a really good Sunday with it. I did change up the deck list a little bit between Saturday and Sunday. And I did prefer the deck list on Sunday a little bit better. These were my matchups. Add these matchups for the weekend. Next weekend is also a MegaCon. Is it really? Didn't even realize. These are my matchups. Had the mirror match, played Gardevoir, played Charizard, played Zekrom, Zaora Zekrom, and then, theoretically, I should have just been able to freely ID into Top Cup, which is a intentional draw with my opponent, because we both have a 4-0-2 record, meaning we won 4 games, lost 0 games, and tied 2 games. But unfortunately, there were only 3 people, myself included, who were undefeated going into the 5th round, and I got paired with the person who needed to win to be able to have a chance to make it in. I unfortunately lost to them. I made a pretty dumb mistake, but also just I started slow and they started fast. But they still, unfortunately, they bubbled out of Top Cut. And then I ID'd my 6th round. Went up again against Gardevoir, won both of those games back-to-back, then played against a Terrabox deck. I put Reggie there, I realize, when in fact it's not Reggie, it's Meganium. I don't know why I put Regigigas there. They played Regigigas, but it was Ogre-Pon Meganium. I don't know why I put Regigigas. And then Bolt for the finals. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day, and I won my first ever cup, and I'm pretty excited about it. Welsh, how are you doing? Welcome on in, buddy. You hate ads? I hate ads too. Hate ads too. But yeah, 50 odd players. It was a long day. 6 rounds. We started the tournament. Well, the tournament was at noon, but I think the first round started around like 12:20, 12:25. And let me check when I took what time I took this photo. 7:42. You got a participation reward. I got a winner's reward. And $150. So, you know, I'll take the 150 bucks. But yeah, I took the champion photo at 7:42. So I was there for because I was also there before noon. So I was there about 8 hours. It was a long day. It was a long day. And I did it with good old Dragapult. Good old Itchy Pollen into Recon Directive, into Dusclops, into Phantom Dive. So I did change the list between congrats on your last place morally. No, I got second to last place morally. Last place was the person who was playing just the Badoo Ogre deck, which your whole idea is the plan to like keep them Itchy Pollen while you set up one energy that ends up doing 30 plus 30 plus 30 damage. They get last place morally. I get second to last. I've only played 3 Pokepads because I only own, at the time, 3 Pokepads. I now have a 4th. So, I don't know. So, instead of playing another search, I played a Rare Candy, and the Rare Candy, honestly, was pretty good. Helped a decent amount getting the Dust Noir set up to take some big KOs, as well as, like, some return attacks when my opponent would take out a Dragapult, and I hadn't used Neo Upper yet, or I had attached for turn onto Dreepy, and they decided to take out what they perceived as a bigger threat, like a Pheasantipity, or take out, like, a Duskull, where instead I was able to, like, pop off Rare Candy Dragapult. I actually did it in my, in the top 4 game. My opponent wasn't expecting the Rare Candy, and I had Itchy Pollen their Teal Mask Ogerpon to take it down to 200 HP left. They had earlier in the game. Then they had knocked out my Dragapult when I had taken out a different Ogerpon and spread damage in a different direction, and they pushed up the one with 10 damage on it because the other one I had hit into a couple times, and so they didn't want that one up front in case I came in with like even with just like Dragon Headbutt or what have you. They just sent up the one with the most health on it. But then I was able to Rare Candy into a Dreepy with an energy on it while they had taken out a Duskull. And then I was able to attach another energy and take him out with a Rare Candy, which is pretty good. Only one Hilda. I had been running 2 Hilda on Saturday. I swapped to a Hildo Turo split because on Saturday I saw a lot of Grimmsnarl. I dodged all the Grimmsnarl on Sunday, which was pretty good. And that's a matchup I need to test more, just because since the majority of our Pokemon have abilities ticking up on them to take damage, I just need to practice the matchup with Grimm more. It's not a terrible matchup, but I do need to practice it more. You used Pult, so you're the worst. Court of my ruling is final. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, plan tonight is to just play some Dragapults. Play the deck with my goal of making a video to post and be like, this is the deck I wanna cup with. I don't think I'll use that voice though. There were also some updates on Poke Beach for the next set, so we'll actually take a look at that as well. The secret rares, some secret rares were revealed for Ninja Spinner, which is our set Chaos Rising is the name of our set for this. It's coming out in, I believe, May is the release for us. For Japan, it is coming out in a couple days. Yes, we got a couple of fun arts to look at there. Ooh, that Chespin. As someone who isn't a big Chespin fan, that's a very pretty card. Fennekin. Froakie. That's a cool Froakie card. Frogadier. Ampharos. Xerneas. Claydol. Ooh, I really like this Claydol, actually. Crobat. We got Matang. We got Sliggoo. Ooh, that's really pretty, actually. Also, the way this looks, it kind of makes, in the reflection, kind of looks like a Poliwhirl with the way the range ups in. The Tauros, that's really pretty. Watchog. Beedrill EX. Mega Pyroar EX. And this is the Greninja. This is the alternate art, or the full art. I got the Mega Floette, the Gorgeous, the Cabalion, the Mega... Can never remember their name. It starts with a D. Minecino full art. This card, honestly, I'm kind of excited about this deck. I think this will be kind of a silly deck to play. We got Energy Retrieval. We got the big ice cream cone. The reset stamp, I think, is what this card, or is this called... No. This is called, like, a red card or something. It's the Iono item, basically. Tool Scrapper, AZ, I can't remember his name, or their name. Emma, but I can't remember if this is called that. Surfing Beach. The one for Lumio... Or no, this isn't Lumio City. I think this one is actually... like the Ange Tower or whatever. And then this is the SIR for Mega Greninja, which got leaked a while back. Which is crazy that leak was true, considering how far back that leak was. That someone had their hands on it. It was an English version as well. Mega Floette, SIR, Dragilly, whatever that is. The Mineshino, that's such a cool card. AZ, I love this card so much. What a great art. And then, of course, another gold card for Greninja. Yeah, those were the things that were revealed over this weekend as this set is coming out. And I don't think anything else was named. Or a Seeker set name trademarked, so potentially we're going to have some Mega Lucario stuff happening, which would be pretty cool. I've been saying it for a minute. I was like, why have we not gotten Lucario Z? But they haven't really done too many new Megas so far. They've mostly been focusing on just like, or too many new Megas of ones that already had Megas. They've mostly been focusing on like new Megas and stuff, which is fair. But yeah, that is what we got to look at there. So let's jump into some games. Let's jump into some games. Also, I've been playing so much Pokopia. It's like, it's not even funny at this point how much of my life has been dedicated to Pokopia over the last, like, 5 days. Not even 5 days. The game hasn't even been out 5 days yet. And it's all I want to do. Overlay? Oh, shoot. Good call. Good catch, Welsh. I thought I turned it off. Of course, we're going to open the Blood Moon. I'm just kidding. We're going to open... honestly, this is a pretty bad hand. I'm going to open the Dusk. We'll open the Dusk and the Dreepy on bench, so that way we can at least Loke the next turn and we won't lose them in the active. Raging Bolt. So yeah, definitely better to keep Dreepy on the bench. Worse than to gust it. Although, there's always a world where we top deck... never mind, there's Lily. I'll take the Lily. We were gonna top deck Latias, so the their mulligans definitely saved us here. Although them opening the fan rotom is pretty good. They do play the Glass Trumpet. Just a straight fan call. Hopefully that's all they have. Which, I mean, Raging Bolt doesn't need much setup beyond the fan call and getting the owls down. Because, I mean, Bolt and Teal Mask Ogerpun, they just come in ready to party. They come in ready to party. Oh, Ditto, okay. I don't want to put Latias into play as much as I would like to not have Dusk in play. Because if we whiff the... If we whiff Badoo off the Lily, then Latias is just stuck. So depending on what the top deck is, if the top deck's Buddy Poffin, I could be convinced to Itchy Paw in them. But I mean, otherwise, we don't... They're kind of already ready to punch the bench. Just another Lily. Yeah, just in case we get it. I think it's probably worth it. And also just takes another card out of the deck. Yeah, definitely good stuff there. So we'll grab the two of you. Throw you up. Plot another Dreepy. Let me also check the cards real fast. We have 4 Lokes. We have a Prized Polt. Prized Boss. Prized Polt, Boss, Ultra Ball, Luminous. We got the candy, we have both the towers, we have all the Pokepads, and all the Lokes, I think, is also what's most important, having all the Lokes. Let's put a Dreepy down. They're hitting for what? 30, 60, so they need 2 energy, so hopefully we can survive that. Hopefully we can survive that, and if not, we can potentially play around it. I don't know, we'll see what happens. We have plays depending on the top deck. Yeah, they are going to take the 90 snipe onto the Dreepy, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine. We can at least Pokepad for a Loke to look in our cards a little bit, because if we can get a Dragapult, that'd be pretty good. And would also slow them down quite a bit. Especially if we could pair that with a Dust Skull, like a counter catcher, like remove the Hoots. Just Luminous Energy, so let's hit the Pokepad first. Also wouldn't say no to Fez off the Loke here. Just another Pokepad, which is not that powerful. We can get ourselves another Loke, I guess, but I kind of just want to pass, really. Because I want to keep the Neo Upper, because they already have a... They're punching for 90 right now. Yeah, they're already punching for 90. So I don't really want to give them... Because they're just going to take an energy from us. Maybe if we put the Dusclops out, it makes it more of a threat. And without attaching the energy, maybe they're more afraid of that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't love not attaching the energy, but I also don't love giving up the energy since they can just snipe it. A little dangerous, but honestly, I want them to take the Dusclops. Because I just want to keep Lokes on board. Is very important. They're going to attach to Fanrotom and just Thunderburst. What do they take? They took the bait. They took the bait. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I wanted to keep the Loke, so that means we have a Dragapult with the Ultra Ball. And we have a counter catcher. Maybe. I actually don't know that counter catcher is actually the play here. I think just removing energy off the board is just stronger. I think removing energy is just so much stronger. Lily for 8 instead of for 6, for sure. And then we'll get rid of the rare candy. Yeah, we don't need the rare candy. I think it's more important to get rid of the energy here. Because if not, they can just immediately set up with Dragapult next, or with Raging Bolt. And I would rather not leave energy on the board for them to be able to take. Would have also enjoyed a Hawlucha. I would have really liked Hawlucha. But that's okay. Well, that's okay. You can't always get what you want. We'll do that. We'll put the other 2 there. Ultra Ball. Probably should have just got rid of the Luminous last time and kept the rare candy. Fine. Are they just gonna set back up Baby Bolt? Interesting. Is their prizing that bad? Or I guess their hand was that bad. They just needed an ancient Pokemon to attach to, I guess. Is more so what they were trying to go for. Prime Catcher. Probably... Okay, or this. Oh, and then they're just going to retreat and punch it. That's fine. They'll still have the prize lead, so we can still take a... Still take a punch. Or a counter catcher. I don't know what I was saying. Put them back in play. No reason not to have them in play. Especially with the Area 0 opened up right now. I don't think we need the Hawlucha right now. I think we can just toss Iono, because their hand is clearly bad. Their hand's clearly bad, so I don't want to give them anything. The Hawlucha doesn't really help us here, so... They did take a knockout last turn. Let's just thin out some cards. I just want to find one of those counter catchers. It's more so what I want here. Thank you. I want to get rid of an ancient target for them. I'll get rid of that. And we'll get rid of Batu. Counter catcher that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 2 there. Works for me! Works for me! Because next turn, I mean, right now we just have we have game in hand and on board, unless they get a Raging Bolt going, because we can just boss Latias and kill Latias Rotom. They've had a pretty dead hand for most of this game, though, so I'm not too concerned with them getting anything too exciting going here. And just the Fez and not even a Teal Mask tells me they probably don't even have much energy in their hands. Because they're just trying to get Raging Bolt set up. I don't know. It's going to be tough for them. This might just be a... concede, yeah. I was like, this might just be a concede angle for them. I don't know what else they can really... what other outs they really had there. That was a rough game for them in the back. They had... looked like a pretty bricked hand. But I will gladly take their misfortune. As we make it to Arceus. I always like to refresh if it's something I know I'm not going to do, and then it always refreshes into something I'm definitely not going to do. Heads. Always got to be heads. Never will I ever pick tails. I don't care how often it fails. Our opponent's putting a lot of thought into this, though. They have a plan. And it involves me going first. It involves me getting a mulligan. Although this is a pretty great going second hand. If that Dragapult was just any basic. Like, that's a pretty strong hand going second. Oh, and just the Fez open. Gross. From such a strong hand to such a weak hand. Gross. Okay, thank you at least for giving me a Dreepy. Thank you at least for giving me a Dreepy. That's you know what? I probably should have. No, we can get around to Flatties. It's like probably should have attached that to the Fez. Because like next turn, if we pull in for like Rare Candy, why are we playing the Dracloak version? Is that the better version? I could have sworn we decided. Well, they might be like preparing for post rotation, I guess. I say because the Pidgeot version is stronger. But if you're trying to stay single prize, I guess it's pretty good. But I don't know. You're asking for quite a lot. You're asking for quite a lot. All right, we'll take the Dusk. I could Turo this out, but then we're kind of left with nothing. So we'll hit the Iono. Could have been a pretty good hand if we could play items, but unfortunately we cannot play items. So that is a sad pass. Could have been a cool pass, but or it could have been a cool turn, but unfortunately not. But I mean, even if we could use items, we'll at least play down the Dusclops and hopefully Lily into a stronger hand. Probably play the Jamming Tower out as well, just to thin cards from the hand. Maybe bench the Monkey. There's a world where benching the Monkey's fine. I'm just worried about bench space. Yeah, I'm worried about bench space. So I don't really want to pop the Dusclops just to get rid of their Badoo, just to remove item lock. Because that's very weak. Honestly, I haven't looked at all at Ethan's post-rotation to see if it is any good. Just thinning the hand. No! No! Such a bad time. Had energy at least, but I mean even then. God, I hate this. Let's get rid of the item lock. Not a great turn, but I just want to get rid of the item lock. Because I don't think they attack next turn. Cool. I was hoping for maybe a Loke off the prizes. I don't know if a Loke is prized, but was hoping. They do have 2 bonded by the journeys, but so they could go for an attack here. Oh, is that a miss sequence? Or do they already have all their journeys and do they already have all their Ethans in hand? They might already have them all in hand from last turn because they already have one in the discard. Yeah, they might already have them all. Never mind. They played one and they pulled 2, so they probably already have all the Ethans. Yeah. Okay, well, Fez dies. I should have played down Badoo just to have a retreat angle. We'll play Poffin for... We'll promote Dreepy. We'll promote Dreepy because there's a world where this goes well for us. Depending on what's in the prizes. We had such a poor start, I think we just have to go for a... I think we have to go for a bit of a ballsy play. I hope we can maybe find a nice treachery to get Fez drawback. Too little too late on the Loke there, bud. Alright, let me check the discard. Or the Rare Candy is in there. Okay. Or do we play a little slower? I think we actually go slower here now. Getting the Loke. I think we have to play the slow game, actually. Yeah. 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 This board state's really bad. This board state is really, really bad. What can we counter catcher here? The Loke. Just to make them waste. But I think we'll... I don't want to keep the Neo, but I think putting them down to 3 is just better. Yeah, that's so much better. Okay. Itch the pollen. And it's honestly a pretty good matchup for us. If we just manage to not do what happened in those first 2 turns. Burn, burn, burn. Hopefully they... Well, they haven't bought... They were able to grab their final Ethan, so they can grab energy to get this out of active. But that does just mean it's Dreeby that's dead. That's not that bad for us. Because they also then have to get Stadium Bump for their next play to work. But I mean, that's just game. If they just get off 1, it's game. So that's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh, and a boss! And, oh, they're just taking the 2 prize. They're just taking the 2 prize. They aren't even taking the Loke. They don't even care. They don't even care. They're just taking their 2 prizes. They said, "Screw you." They're like, "We know we have. I know I have it." All right, let's see if we can make it as difficult for them as possible. Spinning out cards. Bolt for sure. As much as I would like that Lily, Bolt for sure. Because I would rather Iono. I would rather Iono them. Not even going to be an option, though, unfortunately. They probably just have it, but maybe there's a world where they don't. Maybe there's a world... If we Iono'd them, maybe. Let's go 3-3. I probably actually should have done a 2 split onto the Loke. I should have put 2 on the Loke. How much are they hitting for right now? I think they're hitting what their max. They're 220 right now. They got 4 in the discard. No, they only have 3 in the discard. Never mind. So they can hit 60 more. So they can hit 280 without Brave Bengal or the Stadium that I'm blanking on. Oh, do they just fail Bonded by the Journey? Do they not have... Is the last one prized? Secret Box and Card. Secret Box and Bangle. Oh, it's just the Ethan. Okay, so they as long as the Stadium isn't prized, they have it. Because they just need to bump the Jamming Tower for the Bangle to work. And I'm pretty sure they play 2 Stadiums, so I don't think it's possible for the Stadium to be prized. You know, because there's only 1 card. Yeah, honestly, this is a matchup you almost will never lose unless you have the start that we had. The start that we had is the reason why they won this one. Because that is the beauty of Pult, is with their spread damage. It's rare that they're gonna have trouble with a single prize deck, but that was a rough start. That was a rough start. I'd honestly love to run that back with them. Because I am interested what other... Because the Pokepads, I feel like, does help that deck a lot. I mean, Pokepads help just almost every deck a lot. Curious if they, how well they could run if we actually had a decent start. Because they do get set up pretty... much faster this go-round. They just have more Poke Search. I don't know. Ethan's Typhlosion kind of fell off a lot due to just bad matchups, but it could come back, especially like in a year or so when Pult rotates, depending on where we are in the play state there. Because I don't even think... Because it took Gardevoir a minute before it became such a big deck. I wonder if they play Badoo. Badoo? I didn't expect to see you here. Oh, what brings you here, Badoo? 4 Lokes, 4 Dreeps, 3 Pults. All right, first place. And I'm gonna be item locked anyway, so we might as well just get 2 Dreepies in the mix, you know? Might as well get 2 Dreepies in the mix. Throw away some items that we're not going to have access to. And you know what? Best case, we top deck Dracloak. We attach Dracloak and then get to Lily. Wow, what a great turn that would be. What a great turn that would be. Ooh, Snowrunts! Monkey Dory, I assume. Yes, this is the deck I played at the Cup. Here were my matchups. Let's grab another Dreep here. Yeah. Oh, hello, Dracloaks. Welcome to the party. So happy to see you here. Lost the... So, okay, so for the second Zoroark, also what had happened there, was... it was a 6-round cup. It was like 50-something Masters. Ooh. Yes. Well, it depends. Dracloak actually would have been stronger there. Because Hawlucha... Because if we have the Dusk, so never mind. I actually should have grabbed the Loke there for next turn. So it was a 6-round cup. Going into round 5, I should have just been able to ID to top cut. But there were only 3 people who were undefeated going into the 5th round, myself and 2 other people. The 2 other people who were undefeated got paired into each other at table 1, and then I got paired into table 2 with someone who had an earlier tie game, so they needed to win. So we played it out. I had my turn 1. They won the coin flip going second. And my turn 1, I only got down a single Dreepy. So I had a bit of a slow start. But then the next turn, I started going a lot faster. Right? I got back into the game. But unfortunately, at that point, they were just too far ahead. And then I made a stupid play at the end. I was 2 in my head. I was also hungry and tired already. I already had Badoo on the bench, and they had damage on their side of the board. They threw me for a loop. I was not expecting to see a... And again, I haven't looked at lists for... What a great card. I haven't looked at lists for Zoroark. So I was not expecting to see a third ends PP up. So they got back into the game, and at that point it was they had 2 prizes left. I had 1 prize left, and I thought I was doing a big brain play, and popped a Clops and then killed with a with Bear, and then instead they just had to hit. They just monkey doried over damage. They just attached energy and moved over damage. And I was like, oh, dang it. I was like, I'm so stupid that I whiffed that. I think we just boss this, put 6 here. I don't even care about the Frost Last as much, because once this is gone, I can pop the Frost Last, slow down that setup. Yeah, we'll just slow down that setup. Grab another Dreep. Yeah, people have been running 3 now instead of 2. Yeah, I hadn't been expecting that. Oh, I should have put 1 less there and put 1 onto... actually, no, I think it's better to get rid of it in case they get a monkey down. I don't want them to have just stuff move around. I think that's fine. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the 3rd, and they were able to get back into the game, and then I made a stupid... So my out there was I was going to play Turo up my Badoo, and then do that. And then I got too lost in the sauce. But it didn't mess up, because at that point I was 4-1-0. So I had a pretty good record going into it. And then I got put at table 1 for round 6. So I just told my opponent, I was like, my opponent already wanted to ID because they were already one of the people who were undefeated. So they knew no matter what, their record got them to top cut. And I was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, I feel pretty good with my resistance because the Gardevoir that I beat was sitting at table 3 and was also the Gardevoir who ended up making it a top cut. So I was like, I feel pretty good that I beat them and they're at table 3 for my resistance. And worst case scenario, I lose and I get to go home and play Pokopia. I was like, you know, it's either way, I think I'm doing okay. Either way, I think I'm doing okay. I have a pretty decent plan here. Oh, no, I don't have a pretty decent plan here. Monkey Dory's prize. Never mind. I was gonna Artisan Monkey Dory, Hilda for Luminous, and Draclo can just move 30 damage over. Well, that sucks. I still have to Hilda because I need energy to attach to this Dusclops because they're now stuck. But dang, that sucks that I can't go for a Monkey Dory. Really wanted a Monkey Dory there. Well. Plan on running Garchomp at my next tournament. Garchomp's looking pretty good post-rotation as well. I also could attack with Mew Upper at some point. Get 150. They're a 3-cost retreat, so I'm not going to evolve them. They're a 3-cost retreat. I don't want to do all that. Alright. I just need the cards. Local card shop doesn't have any. But so yeah, a counter for Alakazam. Zerosix honestly isn't that bad of a counter, especially since right now Goldango's still in format. And also Zoroark. So I think the Zerosix actually pretty good because Zoroark also draws a ton of cards into their hand. So it's still a pretty decent way to just screw with their lines to just make them have to throw away a ton of cards. So I think Zerosix is not a bad idea. My other boss was prized, wasn't it? So we have to kill the Dreepy? Yeah. Unfortunate. Man, the Monkey Dory being prized is heartbreaking. The Monkey Dory being prized is heartbreaking. Continue my list to tell you what I could fix. I have not played a lot of Garchomp, so I fear I would not be giving you a great idea. Happy to look at it, but I do not have really any experience in Garchomp. Ooh. Cool. Cool. I hate this. Once again, well, yeah, because they'll be at 40 anyways. I should have put 2 less, actually. I should only put 1 there. Put the 30 here to force them to have to move it off while letting 40 ride on one of the monkeys. Give me the monkey dory, please. No! I needed the monkey dory. That's so sad. I need something to deal with Drink, though it's a bad matchup. Psyduck's pretty decent, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be the last card for sure. And at that point, it's not even gonna be... As long as I don't get stuck in the active... What is this? Attacks used by each Terra Pokemon costs 1 more. Oh, that's fine. We can play around that pretty easily. Oh, they might grab Counter Catcher here. Or Devo, actually. Yeah, Devo's... Well... Devo isn't enough for a board wipe here. They're pretty close on a board wipe, but they do not have a board wipe this turn. This stupid Psyduck. Yeah, Counter Catcher. This stupid Psyduck won't stay away. Should have never put this stupid guy in play. I was trying to thin it out of my hand. They're set up for the board wipe next turn, but we'll hit the Iono to get rid of the... it. And Neo Upper only counts as 2 energy once it's attached to a stage 2. So, unfortunately, will not get me the retreat off Dusclops that I so desperately need. But at least we will no longer be item locked, which is cool. Although we can do a lot with that. We will be stuck in active here. We know they have Devo in hand. Just our monkey wasn't prized. If our monkey wasn't prized, we could do a whole lot more. Yeah, we have to Iono to ensure that they are unable to play next turn. We have to Iono to make sure they aren't able to play next turn. Grab Dusclops, put to the bottom of the deck. Put the Devo to the bottom of the deck for them, because that is their win con right now. And I need to shuffle to make sure I can find energy and stuff again. They're giving me the thumbs up, so they probably have it, but, you know, just in case they... We always play to our outs. If they have Devo, they just have game, because I think we give them 3 prizes off pass here. No, we give them 2 prizes off pass. I couldn't remember how much Clops was at. Yeah, so if they just have Devo, they got it.
This doesn't even matter again if they have Devo, because if they have Devo, this drops down and takes the damage anyways.
So I'm assuming they have Devo and they're just playing this out for the sake of it, because otherwise, why put the damage on Dusclops? Oh yeah, why? You're just being a dick. You had game. You didn't have to do any of the adrenabraining. You didn't have to do any of the adrenabraining. I don't know why you're being a dick. You had game in hand the entire time. That's crazy. That's crazy that you have game in hand. And you sit there and adrenabrain. That's wild. And the whole time emoting as well. That's the part. It's like, why are we out here emoting? People be funny. Well, they are Rocket. That is true. That is true. They are a member of Team Rocket. That is true. I did not consider that. I did not consider that. Burn, 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 boom. Too true. Too true. Teleport, run, teleport. Skull, sure. Sure. Did they choose to go first? I lost the coin flip, did I not? They chose to go first. This is Raging Bolt, maybe? No, this is Dragapult. Why did they choose to go first? What? What? You what now? You won the coin flip and chose to go first. Interesting. Interesting. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Alright, well, we are in a pretty precarious position. A fairly precarious position. So trying to figure out if it's better to go first with Garchomp. I think first. Because you don't have anyone who can attack unless you play Team Evo. If you play Team Evo. But no, because if you're especially post-rotation, Team Evo goes away. So it just depends on if you're planning to play it right now and for the next month or so. You don't play post, that's fair, neither do I. I've barely looked at post-rotation stuff other than, what was the tournament that was streamed the other day? Yeah, and, it's the only thing I've watched. I haven't watched a lot of post stuff. But I know some people are playing, prepping. I think it's wild, because we still have a month and a half. And it's also very wild to me that people are playing post-rotation right now, like to events and stuff, when you don't even have post-rotation cards. Like, you don't even have Meowth EX yet. What do you mean? You're playing it to a local where, like, you know, it's a different story. You're just getting a hand for it, or if the deck doesn't change that much, but still. Do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Do this first. We didn't get any energy. That's exceptionally sucky that we did not get any energy. Neo Upper is in there, so there's a world where we can work with that. Not a great world. This is not great. This is not great. Waiting for the Oracle Tech I was planning on adding. Nice. Did you see there's a Ditto Dragonite plush in the Pokemon Center? I saw it a dare when I checked new on a whim. Oh, yeah, they did like a whole, with Pokopia, they did a whole Ditto as line. So there's a bunch of different Pokemon plush that are all Ditto as X Pokemon, which is kind of fun. Also thinking of adding Toadscruel with Force Vitality. I've seen that played. I think that's pretty decent, especially right now. With Dango, especially also if you do pair the Xerosix, hit that to stop their recovery. Don't play especially if you can line it up in a turn where you hit them with the Xerosix, they discard, and then you force Vitality, Toadscruel before they're able to realize that they aren't able to bring stuff back. Now, how often is that going to happen? You know, why did you bring up the Dracloak? If you weren't planning to attack. Interesting. Interesting. I think we're gonna Lily first. Because I just need to find Neo Upper. If I can find Neo Upper here, I'm in a pretty good spot. Oh. No Neo Upper to be found. I was like, Hilda's prized. So it's just full Neo Upper that we need. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Oh, this is so weak. They have such a strong board. They have such a strong board. I think we just lose. Honestly, I don't really know how we beat this. They have such a strong board set up. Yeah, and Cynthia's Rosaries. That is true. So yeah, I think Vitality's or Forest is pretty good. And again, I like the Xerosix, especially right now. Because how much health do they end up having? Is the... Once you get the Cynthia's whatever on them, how much HP does that have? I think I have one right here. Do I? Cynthia's power rate is plus 70. So then how much HP does Garchomp have total then? 200 with the power rate? Yeah, that's pretty good. Might not even worry about the side up that much. Crispin! Oh, they're playing post-rotation. They're playing a post-rotation version of the deck. Not that it matters here. That's not what gave them any... that's also why they chose to go first, I guess. So I guess this isn't a version that plays Badoo. I've seen a couple different versions of this post-rotation. They board wipe me of Lokes here, so we probably just concede. Because they Curse Blast 50 here. Curse Blast 50 here. Phantom Dive, 1-2, 1-2. Or they even Counter Catcher, because now they've offset me. If for some reason they don't divvy up their damage correctly, we'll stay. If they Curse Blast here, we concede. Yeah. Because of that, at that point, there is no recovery. Ooh. Man, we've had some bad games. This is what happens when after you win a cup, you then just play really poorly. Or is that just me? We've also only played like I think 3 games so far. I don't know. I feel like we've just had like really slow opponents. Continue my deck list right now. Yeah. Exclamation point Discord for that. And you can post it into the deck list on Discord. Otherwise, I don't know where else you could send it up. Just let me know when it's in there, because it's all muted. I just have a good start. That's all I'm asking for here. Ethan's Pichu, what? Got a prized Loke? How rude. How rude. Hey, thanks so much for the follow there, Adon. Yeti Piothin. Interesting. I think I've seen Pichu played in this. Ascended Heroes ETB and Mega Charizard tin restock at Walmart. Oh well. Should I attempt to join this Walmart queue for Ascended Heroes? Probably not. I appreciate the Iono there, bud. I had a pretty bad hand. That's a better hand. Definitely not. That is not a discounted price. Alright, let me do my turn here and then I'll take a look at the list. So there's a world where I find Neo Upper, Rare Candy. No, there isn't. There isn't a world where I find all that. I get to look at 4 cards. Definitely not a world where I find all that. Oh, there's Neo Upper. Loke is powerful. I can just, because there's, I don't get Rare Candy in that, so we might as well just evolve all of them here. Get as much draw power as we can. We could Latias. And just keep Dreepy out of, and keep the Dreepy alive. And run to the other Dreepy. Because I don't want to put Stadium out there, because they're just going to bump the Stadium with their own Stadium. Let's do that. I just pulled Rare Candy and didn't grab the Rare Candy. Can you imagine? And I didn't pull the... Well, then I'd also need the Dragapult, and I had no way to get the Dragapult. Because I only got to see 2 cards. Ooh, we'll grab the Ultra Ball, though. And since I already had Energy in hand, just the other Loke is further... Alright, let's take a look at this list here. Gibble, Spiritomb. I like the Spiritomb a lot. That has been... I've seen that be helpful a lot. For 4-4-3 seems fair. Pokepad, 4 Boss, 3 Power Rate, 2 Night Stretch, 4 Fighting Gong. Switch to Hilda, 3 Poffin. 3 Premium Power Pro. I'd cut the Surfer, honestly. I mean, actually, I can't fully remember what Surfer does. Surfer, it just allows you to swap out your Pokemon and you draw cards, right? Switch your active when you're benched if you do draw until you have 5 cards in hand. How often are you using that? How often are you getting that? I could get rid of a switch because I added the Surfers. But also, with the Surfer, you're more often than not, your supporter for turn is going to be Boss or Lily or Hilda. I think you could probably cut the Surf. Go on, how are you doing? I would cut the 2 Surfers and see how it runs without that, because the switch, I think, is enough for any trouble you might get in. What do they do to me? I already have energy, so we'll grab that. I did put down a Psyduck. Stupid Psyduck. Stupid Psyduck. I like leaving the Pichu there. Man, that sucks. So I got rid of our energy, so we still need... Really sucks. Oh, and Fez is prized on today of all days? Chat, I am just having a terrible time tonight. Like, we have had some of the worst, like, plays tonight. Everything we want is prized. Oh, man, that just sucks. That just sucks. All right, we make do. We make do. We play with the cards that have been dealt. Need for some form of switching, but don't you play? You say you play one switch. Since you play the one switch, how do you get rid of the serfs? You could. I wouldn't really cut a Hilda. Well, you could maybe cut a Hilda because you're goodbye. And see, this is what I'm saying. I just haven't played this deck enough to know, because your Gabites are your Pokemon search with Champion's Call. So all Hilda is finding for you is energy, but I mean, finding energy is pretty helpful. I don't know. That's a tough one. Okay, that's good. This got stuck. I mean, we can Night Stretcher either for energy or another Dracloak, depending on what we find off of the other recon. I like the Lily. I like the Lily. I'm not putting the Clops down. I don't want to get this. I don't want it to get stuck. Okay, cool. Cool. I have energy attachment. One, two, three, four. One. Okay. Doing good. Woke up with a headache this morning though, so took some medication. Took a nap till 4 this evening. Oh dang! I bet that felt great though. For the Gym Leader Challenge tournament over the weekend, 04, I think I was so scattering from being in the hospital. I'm thinking, that's definitely fair. That's definitely fair. My 2 cups that I went to over the weekend, Saturday, I did so poorly. I went 03, and then played out the last 2 rounds just for the sake of playing them out, and won both of those. No, did I go 03? What was my record? Now I can't remember. I think it was 03, and then I played them out and went 2-3 at the end of it. Yeah, I went 03 and then played the next 2 just for the sake of playing them, and won both of those games. But I was just playing so poorly. And then I went to the cup the next day and I won it all. Won the cup. 50 person masters. Won it all. 6 rounds. Do you also have Gong for energy search? But I need the Hildas for the future special energy coming in perfect order. Oh, you're totally right. I forgot about the special energy. Ooh. That is true. That is true. What is... I don't know if they posted it anywhere. Let me look after this turn. I think I have game here, right? No. Actually, I think I do have game here. I should have game here. If I can just get a drag. Oh, never mind. Okay, there's Hawlucha. It's like if I can just get Hawlucha, or so that way I don't have to waste the draw here. For that. Just showing them my targets. Just telling them what I'm planning to do. We also could have taken out the Psyduck as well. Or the... Actually, no, the Grookey... No, we could take out the Grookey as well. Could have put 10 on the Grookey with the Hawlucha. I feel like you don't want to get rid of Premium Power Pro. I feel like the Power Pro is just too good. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up. I wanted to look up Jesse Parker's list. Although, because they were I briefly had it on earlier, but then I had a meeting and wasn't able to watch a lot of it. I don't know if he posted the list he played with today. No, he did not. Because I know they were playing. They're also playing post rotation, which isn't obviously what you're prepping for right now. But I feel like that's a decent base. Okay, mainly, I wanted to see if they were playing. You saw the list. Oh, was that? I remember he said it was someone, but I couldn't remember whose it was. That's what I wanted to see. If it was, how many Hilda they were playing. That's what I was curious. That's what I was curious. How many Hilda they were playing for it. How far back is this on the scroll? He was running to. Okay, that's what I was like. That's what I assumed. I was like, because I don't think there's any other search, for it. How many Power Pros are they playing? None? But he made some change to the deck on stream. I'm gonna say something maybe controversial here. Of the two of them, I would follow Rahul's deck building. Of the two of them, I would follow that. Not to discount anything from them, but I don't know. Just sometimes I see that I see them playing some real weird things. Look, when I saw it when Jesse Parker a couple weeks ago, last week, whatever it was playing Honchkrow with Fez and Dippity just because it did well at the whatever post rotation tournament it was. I was like, what are you doing? Why are we playing a bad version of Haunch? No Power Pros. Because I don't know the Power Pros are as impactful post, but right now, pre-rotation, I feel like the Power Pros are important for... And I don't have a Garchomp in front of me. I don't have a Garchomp in front of me to... There it is. I do have a Garchomp in front of me. Because Corkscrew Dive does 100 and Draconic Buster does 260. How much does the... Speaking of Haunch, I assume this is Haunch. No, this is Grass Energy. This is not Haunch. This is Mewtwo and Spidops, which seems to also be pretty decent post-rotation. Why would you put this in active without knowing what deck I'm playing? I mean, you're assuming what deck I'm playing, but I still wouldn't have put that in active. Apparently PSA. Do not. At least people need to stop putting the Haunch in a bad position. Is Laddies in here? It is. Cool. I don't think Monkey comes up in this matchup. I don't want to attach the Neo Upper right now. Maybe next turn. Not this turn, especially with this hand, the fact that it's going to go potentially multiple hands without being able to use it. Festival Lead matchup is bad. I don't know that you would care about the match. Unless you're seeing Festival Lead a lot in your local meta. It's 30 for the bonus damage, that's what I couldn't remember. Okay, so then yeah, then you could probably drop those. Definitely play the Forced Vitality, I think it's pretty good. Because that does allow the, that does allow you to get those set up a lot faster. No way you're going to hurt my poor precious Badoo. No way you're going to hurt my poor precious Badoo. I can't believe they would hurt my poor precious Badoo. I feel like a 4-4 Rosalade is so deep. I think 3-3 is good enough, yeah. Like, worst case, a 4-3 if you're finding you're struggling to get the roses out, but I think a 3-3 is fine. Yeah, they did. I can't believe they would do that. Hi, Mewtwo. Mewtwo, meet Duskull. Chat, we are just not shuffling good tonight. What happened to my streamer client? Not the Giovanni! Not the Giovanni! You're supposed to be stuck! You're supposed to be stuck! See, this is also why I didn't attach the Neo Upper. This is why I didn't attach the Neo Upper, and neither decks are running Power Pros. I don't think the Power Pros... I only think the Power Pros are good right now because of the Goldango matchup, but if you're running the Toad School, I don't think it's as bad. Just to reach for those early knockouts. But, because what's the second attack? Never mind, the second attack is 260, so never mind. I think you probably can drop the Power Pros. Because it's 260 when Roserade, you're doing 290. 2 Roserades, you're killing Dragapult. Yeah, I'd say just drop the Power Pros then. Live is not shuffling good. Yeah, 2 Roserades, 320. Yeah, I would drop that then. What if we top decked Rare Candy? Yeah. Okay. No way they have a second Giovanni. Almost kills any match except for the Mega Sharpedo, Mega Lucario. There's one Sharpedo. Yeah, that's the other thing I think that you always have to factor in. You're building decks differently depending on if you're going to like a regional versus your local area, because your people in your local area play some weird stuff sometimes. I have someone at my my local store that I tend to go to that there's a 9 out of 10 chance this man is going to penny for game, like on turn 2. Or there's a chance he was playing a deck like a month back where it was Badoo and Duskull, and his whole goal was to make the game end in a tie. So you never know. It can be weird sometimes what people play. All right. Well, likelihood of us winning this game is pretty low. Pretty low. But we'll see what happens. We'll give it the old college try for sure. As much as I would love to Lily for 8, I would rather put them down to 2 cards. Well, sure would have loved to get anything else. Articuno protects non-evoed, so we can't take out the Mimikyu. They might just have it here. I have a local users that use the deck you're playing against in Sharpedo. I've started to see this a lot in my locals as well. I was hoping to find a counter catcher or something to give us a chance. Oh, did they just pull out a Lily? That's funny. Yeah, we've just had some rough games tonight. I don't low-key. I think I've only won 1 game tonight. Look, look here. Wait. Let me talk to the Pokegods real fast. I'm not bragging when I'm saying I won a cup. If anything, I'm just excited. So Pokegods, please stop punishing me with bad shuffles and bad opens. I like that, yeah. I like that. -3 Power Pros. And then play some games with it and see how it's feeling. See if it's feeling see if it's still feeling good. But I feel like that's gotta be a decent line. Rough first cup, amazing second cup, rough online matches. Next stream we'll have amazing online matches. That's true! That's so true, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. Earlier when I started Duskull, I was mad at myself for starting Duskull. But I'm gonna do it again. If I've learned anything, continuing to do something over and over is always a good idea. Man, I just love this Fan Rotom. I almost bought 2 the other day. But then I was like, no. I don't have anything I'm gonna play him in right now. I'll wait. But I do really love those. Double Dark with a Fan Rotom. I don't know what this is. With Petch? Petch with Dark Energy and Fan Rotom. That's what I was like, Absol doesn't play Fan Rotom though. Because what's their Terra? I'm very confused on what this is. Very confused. Double Dreep prized? Sad day! Double Dreep prized? Oh no! Let's just grab a Dust Skull. Okay. Okay. Oh, I could have just Turrowed and attacked. Yeah, that's that was definitely a turn. That was definitely a turn of the Pokemon TCG. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, well they're just gonna kill the they're just gonna kill the Dreepy. Alright, well. Well. We tried. We tried, chat. Oh, it's Roaring Moon. Oh, okay, I just haven't seen Roaring Moon in forever. In forever. Oh, we are gonna have to Night Stretcher for that since there aren't any others in the deck. Since there aren't any others in the deck, we are gonna have to Night Stretcher for that. For that Dreep back. Let's hope they don't have another way to Gust. Okay, no other Gust. That's nice. Sure. What if we hit it? I think we should take out the... Or just put 200 damage on this. We'll just put 200 damage on this. We might hit the... The Iono might be kind... might be kind to us. It might be kind to us. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Oh, I should have kept that actually to... now I have to get rid of Lily and Oh, that was real bad actually. Yeah, I should not have evolved that. Should not have evolved that. That was pretty bad, actually. That was pretty bad, actually. Just playing so poorly tonight as well. Oh, what are they Ultra Ball for? Oh, I'm surprised they threw away the Psyduck, actually. For the Terapagos, so they can. But I'm surprised they threw away... They must... The other two cards... Obviously, one is a Noctowl. Because I don't think their hand has changed since they Fan Rotomed. Oh, it's for an Energy Switch. Oh, okay, so they can attack. Okay. I was like, I'm surprised they want to get rid of the Psyduck, but I guess they could off the Noctowl here, grab Night Stretcher if it's that important to them. Can't imagine it is that important to them, but maybe it is. I'm okay with this, I guess. We take 2 prizes. I don't know that this was that worth it for them. Like, that just doesn't feel worth it for them to give me 2 prizes. Feels pretty bad. They didn't put down Psyduck, so we'll just put up Clops. Okay, can I have a Dragapult, please? Come on! What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? That's awful. That's awful. Want to run a 1v1? I don't think it'll end the lock. I don't think it'll end it. I think we just have to play it out until the luck fixes itself. I mean, we still haven't lost this game. Depends on what they manage to get going here. I don't think they have an attack here. And I can give them 1 prize. If I can just get Boss and a way to Gus. If I can just get Gus Polt, we win. Simple. Simple stuff. Sure. Sure. I know Hilda gets us Dragapult, but I don't think that gets us game. It definitely doesn't get us game. I think we just hit the... I think we hit the Lillian, and I think we go for the luck. I think we hit the Lily and see what happens. Survey says... Survey says no. Give me one more chance. One more chance. One more chance, please. Also getting some nice grinding done in RuneScape tonight. We got the attach for the retreat. Okay. I don't know why you retreated to the Banrotom. You should have just left the energy and passed if this was just a pass angle. Because now I can theoretically boss this back up. That's fine, I have attachment here. We have game. Right? Yeah. I have game. You see that I have game? Do you want to concede, or do you want me to show it to you? I'll show it to you, but I do have it. Yeah, they did a hefty misplay there when they decided to frenzy gouging us was crazy. Because I hadn't even damaged them yet. They just like gave me 2 prizes for free basically. I just got a quest for attaching water energy. I'm sorry, does... That's so funny that the Luminous or Neo Upper, because it counts as provides every energy type, that counts for that quest. I was like, I didn't attach water energy. I was like, oh, well, I guess I did attach... I've attached Luminous and Neo Upper, which count as every energy type. I did not consider that. I did not consider that. Heads? What kind of loser calls tails? I always call heads. See, if this person would have called heads, they would have won. How dare you call tails? I thought I was about to get instant karma for that and was going to open Halucha. I was like, no, wait, don't give me the instant karma of opening Halucha. Ooh, fun Zorark. Rise is taking us this long to see Zorark tonight. Oh, opening the secret box. Good for them. Good for them. Although I feel like this is the weakest time to open the secret box, though, for this matchup. Depending on what they grab, we might go for Iono instead if they have something really good for their next turn, and we don't want them to have it. Alright, what else did they grab? Artisan, Hilda, and Mochi. We could Iono them and say, screw you. Yeah, maybe we should, actually, with that. Well, it only gets rid of the Hilda, so never mind. Alright, well, we just die. Again with the double Dreep Eyes? What are we doing, game? Why are you prizing my Dreepies? Why are you prizing my Dreepies? Put that down because I know they're going to take a knockout next turn. Oh, that's so bad. That's so unbelievably bad. And we couldn't get the Dreepy out of active either, so now they just literally get to kill both. So annoying. Wow, that's so annoying. Maybe they forget how to play the game. Well, they also need Darmanitan. So they don't Lily, or they don't Hilda, so they Lily. Gives them a higher chance of finding. They need 2 Evos. The Zorak, they just need the Darmanitan and an energy. That's annoying. Well, there's the Darmanitan. Show me the energy. There's the energy.
That really sucks. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Can we get Night Stretchers? I just want to show them how bad it is. I just want them to know, and then we'll hit them with a thumbs down, just so they know how bad it is for me. Okay, we get a Night Stretcher, but I need a second Night Stretcher because I need to get both of them back. And I mean, they can't immediately do the attack again, but we whiffed the other Night Stretcher, so that kind of sucks. Alright, this isn't completely over for us, though. Because they need double energy attachment, and we have Candy Hilda. So this isn't terrible. Not great either. I'll tell you that. It's not great either. Having a really great game. 30 elo, destroying 350. Nice. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I mean, we don't have a great hand for anything more than just getting an attack off here. I think we just take the... Can we take the knockout? Put 6 here. The item lock, if they whiff the energy attachment, we'd probably keep the item lock. But I think it's fine to be a little bit aggressive here. Just put all 6 there. Dreep, please. Okay. Because this one isn't set up, so they need, which I mean they could. We probably should have just kept the item lock. Because they need this one set up to kill Dragapult, so we could have kept Dragapult on the bench. Next turn we could have Lily to potentially get a Night Stretcher. I don't know. I don't like most of our options here. I feel like most of them are pretty bad. I feel like most of them are pretty bad. Okay, they're going for the boss. So they're just taking out both Dust Skulls. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. Sure. 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 Okay, so I need Counter Catcher Boss and just kill Petch. Okay, thank you. Or we could kill this. I think killing Petch is just better. The 2 prizes are stronger. Also sets us up for killing either of those. Puts both of those in range. Okay, it takes 2 prizes. Dreep. No energy set up, but they have plenty of energy in the discard and they've used no PP up. And they get to see minimum another, 4 cards here. And all they need here is Petch and an energy And because did they play black belt? No, they need black belt trainer on top of that. But I'm assuming they have it. Because I think that whiffs it by like 4, but if they have the black belt trainer in hand. Oh no, boss for the Fez. Well. Once again, not a terrible matchup if we can just get stuff moving, but we just keep prizing, like, important pieces. And it also sucks that we were stuck in active, because even then the prizing wouldn't have been that bad if we just wouldn't have been... If we could have got one of the Dreepy, if we could have got Dreepy out of active to force them to require boss to take the 2 of the Dreepies out from the get-go. But we got back into the game pretty well, so... Our recovery was pretty decent. This will probably be our last game, because low-key, this just doesn't feel good tonight. The deck still feels great and runs great. It's nothing wrong with the deck, it's just... Sometimes it's just not your night. And I am seeing... And tonight is just not my night. That's crazy. We're at least going second here, so we can at least Iono into a potential hand. We can at least Iono ourselves into potential playing of the game. I'm probably not going to play the Jamming Tower because I assume this is Meganium. And I'd rather keep this later to bump their Vitality, whereas right now there's not much that it does. Okay, never mind. Hoot Hoot, so this is most likely Raging Bolt then. Ben, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Yeah, Raging Bolt. Slot it to the discard. One slotted down is always nice. Always happy to see a slotted gone. Burm, burm, burm. Oh. Wellspring, maybe? No, Kanga. Okay, so this is... I have seen Kanga in some builds of Raging Bolt, and in those builds, I am pretty sure they do play Wellspring. So assuming their water energy isn't prized, we'll probably anticipate seeing a Wellspring next turn. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll play the Jamming Tower doesn't stop too much of this. We will hold it for later for Stadium Bump. Doesn't do a lot for me right now. Creepy and his friends. Creepy his friends and a dead hand. What more could you ask for? Tonight has just been Brick City. Gonna add 4 more Lily to the deck. Play 8 Lily's Determinations. No bricking for us. 20 Lily's Determinations. Also gotten very close to level 70 Magic throughout tonight's stream. I don't think we'll hit it by the end of stream. But we might. If this game goes long, we'll hit it by the end of stream. But if not, probably not. I don't know what I'm leveling next. Like when I'm at work and stuff. Probably fishing or sailing. I do want to get my sailing up to 50. Because I think sailing 50 is when I can buy the next boat. Yes. So I do want to get my sailing up to 50 so I can buy the largest ship. I'll probably be leveling that later. Whew. No way they're about to rapid fire combo me, right? Right? No way they do that to my poor Dreepy. They won't be able to do enough damage though, surely.
Surely they won't be able to do enough damage. Oh no, it's a heads! Just barely enough to kill. Just barely. Please, can I have a good top deck? Please, can I have a good top deck? No, I cannot. The answer is no. No, you may not have a good top deck. Take this Dragapult. Couldn't give me a Pokepad? Couldn't give me a Lily Satur? Anything? Oh no, not my poor Badoo. That's okay, they'll have boss in hand. Okay, never mind, I lied. We are going to get level 70 during the stream. I'm so close. Barely enough damage to kill Badoo. Can I have Fez then? If you won't give me like a Lily, can I have like a Fez? No! Take your energy and move along. Take your energy and move along. Ah! I hate it here. Oh, of course they had energy. Of course they had energy. Of course. Now here comes the boss. Okay. Okay. Okay, chat, we get one more turn here. We get one more turn here. Can we make it worth it? Level 70 Magic. Magic level 70, let's go. Alright, chat, can we make it worth it? Is the top deck fire? No. No, it is not. No, it is not. But dude, get back out there. Show them how it's done. Oh my god. These games have been awful. Like some of the worst games of Pokemon I've ever played. Some of the worst games of Pokemon I've ever played. I'm gonna, if I don't get anything, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna let them kill me. I want them to kill me. I want in-game. I want them to get the... here, we could get Fez, Rare Candy, Neo Upper. We could have it all. We could have it all. We could have it all. End me. End me. Pokepad got me nothing of worth. Nothing that would... It would just delay the inevitable. It would just delay the inevitable. It's not worth it. Oh, man, I wanted him to get like 8 heads. I wanted them to get like 8 heads. That's all I wanted. I wanted them to get 8 heads. Chat, this was a terrible night. It was bad. It was bad. Hey, but remember when I was super excited about this, though? That was pretty exciting. That was pretty exciting stuff. Look how happy I was. Just a mere 3 days ago. And now I'm sad. Yeah, that was a night of Pokemon. I'll tell you that. Hey, I evidently didn't post a stream schedule, but I will be live again tomorrow. I don't know with what. It was between this or continuing our Gen 5 hardcore. We'll see how I'm feeling, because my goal tonight was to get a video out of this deck, and I did not get that. So maybe tomorrow to be kinder to us if we follow the pattern. Sam says there's a pattern, and we gotta trust Sam. Sam says there's a pattern, so I say okay. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the new hangs. Hope any events you got coming up go well for you. See you later.